Hello and welcome. We are doing reading sprints today, and I also love the fact that I started this live sprint with low blood sugar. So I'm gonna quickly chew on these. So we're doing reading sprints. So if you're watching, let me know in the chat what you're gonna read today. I'm still kind of deciding whether or not what I want to read. As a booktuber, I should read a certain book that's releasing Tuesday, and I should try and finish it so I could review it for you guys and be, on top of things. But then there's the book that I want to read. So let's see. Hi, Grace. Hello. Hi, Vina. Thank you for joining. And Trinity, hello. Let me know what you're gonna read. Catherine, what's up? Hello, I'm reading Dahlia Green Doesn't Care. Ooh, what she don't care about. It's a fun title. Let's see, I might balance between The Forest of Stolen Girls audiobook and my physical copy of the whatever that word is. That's a big word. Okay, trying to finish more of my current audiobook. Nice. Search for clarity. Let's see, I think I'm going to switch into Seedling since I've been struggling with Sweep of the Stars. Hi, Brittany. Thank you for joining. Let's see, Christina. Hey, I'm so ready to read. Nice. Getting the reading on. Hola. I will be reading The Marriage Effect. Oh, that sounds like a romance. Oh, just finished Dahlia Green Doesn't Care a few days ago. It was good. Nice. So Megan liked that. Let's see what else. I'm reading The Poppy War and I'm obsessed. That is definitely on my top list of trilogies fantasy-wise that I want to get into. I feel like I've been on a huge fantasy kick. Obviously reading The Black Witch. If you guys don't know, that's what I've been reading in my current reading vlogs and things like that. And I think the next series I'm going to finish after is An Ember in the Ashes because I haven't read the fourth and final book. I have them on my bookshelf right there. I haven't read A Sky Beyond the Storm just yet. I need to tackle that. So The Poppy War is very close to that. Hey yo, started and loved War by started Love and War. Ah, that makes sense. Modern historical romance debut. Oh, that sounds nice. Ooh, Mexican Gothic. Good. Let's see, hi, I'm reading You've Reached Sam, and I'm doing some homework. Good job being productive. And You Reached Sam has been on my radar as one of those books that I kind of want to read, but I also feel like the premise is so sad. Being able to contact someone who has passed away sounds sounds a little too much for the eyeballs to take without releasing moisture. Okay, I'm going to be switching between One of Us is Lying and From the Desk of Zoe Washington. Ooh, From the Desk of Zoe Washington sounds really fun. I've only listened to literally a sample of the audiobook, but it sounds like a fun read. Whereas One of Us is Lying, probably also fun because of the mystery. So hard pick. My heart keeps shattering, but this is quickly becoming one of my all-time faves. Yeah, that's the thing about really high fantasy where it's this is a favorite, but stop killing my favorite characters, please. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry if that clap was a little too loud. But that's how I feel about high fantasy. I'm loving all the stakes are just so high. Whereas contemporary, the stakes can get kind of high when it comes to romance and friendships and losing those kind of connections. But I feel like with high fantasy, if war is breaking out, see, now I just want to read my high fantasy. Ooh, my blood sugar's all still going low. How fun. Oh, while you guys are also telling me what you're reading, the two books that I might switch between, I don't know how long I'm going to be on live tonight. I'm aiming for 4 hours. I really want to get a lot of reading done. We'll see. But the books I'm kind of switching between are Survive the Dome by Kosoko Jackson, which comes out Tuesday. The prologue for this was really enticing. Basically, this like evil political figure, this mayor, has figured out the technology on how to put a dome over a riot or a protest. So this book talks a lot about police brutality and that. So my heart isn't leaning towards reading this just because it does sound like it's going to be very, I mean, political, but not just like talking about current events and the shiz that's happening. But again, my heart isn't just leaning towards this because it doesn't seem fun just yet. But I bet it is fun because it is about a boy who wants to be a journalist, and I bet there's going to be a lot happening. But I don't know, and I also don't have the audiobook for it. So if you guys know, I'm very much like wanting the audiobook for every book. And the other read that I have is 120 pages into this read. This is the third book in the Black Witch Chronicles. Things are getting so serious, which is, again, I can't say that I don't want suffering, because there's a lot of suffering in this as well. But I guess I'm like so invested in it. I'm in the third installment already, and I want Ellerin to win. I can't explain too much about this, but war has broken out. The Western realm is in shambles. Like I can't talk too much about it. Because it is spoilery. But I think I'm gonna be switching between these two. I feel like the good reader in me should be reading this to get a review out. But like my heart is telling me Black Witch. Okay, let me catch up on these comments while I've been rambling. Let's see, Langley, really enjoying it so far. How many books have you read in the last year or this year? This year, I think I've finished 26 books. And I will say a good portion of them are manga, which is my regular state of being. I'm always like reading like 30 some mangas a year because they're just so fun. And then you accidentally like fall into this new series and then you're like 8 books deep. That's another read that I could possibly read. I'm on the 8th volume of Blue Flag, which is a fun queer romance. I say fun. The last 3 volumes have been so serious about like being scared of disownment for being queer. But yeah, this year I'm 26 books in. Oh, let's see. Yeah, sports romance. Let's see, Finishing Court by Tracy Wolf. Nice. And we'll do our first like reading sprints in like about 5 minutes. Give me a chance to catch up and talk with you guys. It is indeed a sad book. You've reached Sam. Oh, I love the fact that you put your book title in parentheses, because I'd be doing that sometimes where I think someone's talking about something and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And they're in the chat like, just stop. I was actually referring to this. The Poppy War is on my radar too. I've seen so much hype for it. I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm so ready. I'm so hoping to enjoy it too. Same. I have heard nothing but good things, and I definitely want to dive into it. For some reason, the hype for this book doesn't particularly scare me, whereas hyped books all around normally scare me. But I think it's because the hype is normally like, this is an amazing author and this is the best debut ever. Whereas the Poppy War, I feel like everyone who reads it talks about how they're a sobbing mess. And it's about political like intrigue, war. So I feel like I have a good expectation going in, whereas some hyped books, people just say it's really good, but it's like, okay, but what is the trope? What is the underlying story that I can get behind before, getting really disappointed? I've been wanting to read the Poppy War trilogy too. Yes, sounds like we need to do a buddy read, guys. That's what it sounds like. Okay. Sounds like Under the Dome mixed with Thug. Yes, it literally says on the back that it is The Hate You Give mixed with Internment. So very, very much focused on police brutality specifically, which again, kind of makes me sad about modern day issues. The Shadow Wand is so good. Yes, It is so good. Have you finished the newest release? Let me know. I haven't touched the Demon Tide. And actually, this is my first time reading the Shadow one. I have read the Black Witch and the Iron Flower. Getting these titles straight, like it is we are being asked to remember too much. So the Shadow one I'm here for, and I'm like leaning towards that because I'm like I really just want to get lost in this fantastical world, and there's so much magic. Oh, hello. I'm so glad you introduced me to this series. Oh, I'm so glad that you are reading it. I really hope you're still loving it. Obviously, you said you're glad, so hoping you're still enjoying the read. It is such a fun series. It is one of those fantasy series that I think does a really good job having really high stakes. I was talking the other day about if you like Strange the Dreamer, where you're being introduced to a lot of new magic and a new world, you'll really love this series. The writing isn't as great as Strange the Dreamer, if that makes sense. It's more like go, go, go. There's just so much happening. There's so many characters. You learn about their families and their purpose, and they're trying to survive for their families and get their parents to safety. And it's, oh, there's so much happening. I'm very hyped. Hi, Autumn. Thanks for joining me. We'll start our first sprint in like 3 minutes, I think. Let's see. Reader, that description sounds perfect. Haha. Yes. Yep. Under the Dome mixed with thug is very much a good description. Okay, I'm just getting into manga. Ooh, do you have any recs? There is a manga series lately that I always talk about, A Sign of Affection, very cute romance. Girl who is deaf goes to college and starts having romantic relations, and it's very cute. A personal favorite that I always like to kind of reread, House of the Sun. I think there's about 10 or 11 volumes, and it does have age gap romance. So if you don't like that, I wouldn't check it out. But if you like age gap romance, if you like the discussion of what is home, both of the protagonists in that series, House of the Sun, deal with the different like family trauma. One where her family is dealing with like divorce, and she's kind of figuring out where's her family, and she feels kind of isolated. And the other guy is dealing with the grief of losing his parents and trying to like bring his family back together. And it's just so cute because they lean on each other and they end up falling in love, and it's adorable. Yona of the Dawn, if you like historical action, adventure, romance, it's all of it wrapped in one. Political intrigue, war, dragons. I definitely recommend Yona of the Dawn, but that is a big series to tackle. There are 31 volumes, I think, out now. And it's still going strong. And the first 4 volumes, we get to kind of learn about how Princess Yona is kind of prissy. But then around volume 5, it gets serious. It gets so politics, and Yona gets strong as a character. Highly recommend Sign of Affection, House of the Sun, and Yona of the Dawn. Those are great. Let's see. Never heard of these books, and they sound interesting. I feel like I'm a little late in the chat, but I recommend the books that I said. Okay, I just thought you reached Sam. Nice. Let's see. Have tissues ready. I like the all caps. Very important. Have tissues ready. Oh, someone saying hi to Cami, who's in the chat too. Let's see. The Poppy War is very, very violent. Yes. I feel like the fantasy vibes I've been giving off lately are just violence. The Poppy War, I haven't read it, but I've heard a lot of trigger warnings. So definitely, guys, before you enter any series, check out the trigger warnings. I also would give out many trigger warnings for the Black Witch Chronicles, like attempted assault, things like that. Oh, just I feel like high fantasy is one of those places where they really just dive into a lot of those serious world issues that you're like, why is this in my life? Ooh, sorry, my phone is still screaming at me about my low blood sugar. I ate. Let's see. Specifically brought the book that I have Oh gosh, I can't read. I'm so sorry. Stunning cover. My heartbroken and also stunning cover. Love that. I want to finish As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. Oh, I haven't heard of that. I love this series. It's a reading Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Nice. I am loving the world. Oh, good. Yes, it is so good. I love when books talk about how religion can be manipulated to oppress different people and just manipulate you as the individual. I feel like this is a great book to be reading nowadays. Which it doesn't make you, I feel like it doesn't make me personally too sad just because there's always that hope. There is such a prevalence of hope, even in the lowest moments, which I really appreciate. But I like how it talks about a lot of these subject matters that I think really relate to modern day issues. So I feel like it's like the perfect time to be reading this series and be like, yes, question what the F people tell you. Don't just believe things and prejudice. Just gets me heated. I'm also in the middle of that. Is it good, right? It's so good, right? Let's see. I haven't read The Demon Tide yet, but I can't wait. We'll be picking it up this week. I'm hoping to pick it up tonight. We'll see if I actually get through the Shadow one today. Have you heard of a book called That Night? Oh, no, I haven't. Would you recommend that book, Brittany? Oh, I might add it to next month's TBR. Good. I just finished Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Hope you enjoy. Hello, everyone. We'll be starting our next sprint, or not next, our first sprint very soon. CMG, hi. I'm at the end and I'm also freaking out. Let's see. This has become one of my favorite series. The last book is stressing me out. I can't wait and see how she gets out of this. Stress is high. Let's see. Many. Oh, thanks for the manga Rex. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Did you bend your book pages or bookmark your books? I sometimes will bend like what's it called? Not deer, dog ear a page. Sometimes, very rarely, because I do have a large collection of bookmarks now. So I don't feel that urge anymore. But I feel like when I was younger, I would always dog ear. Thank you for getting me into the Blackwood series. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you are continuing to enjoy it. Okay, that is insane. I'm so scared for her. Oh, I love that. I also love how there's such a shared experience when you read books and like there's other people who have read the book. It's so fun. Okay, let's do our first sprint. I'm thinking like 20 minutes. I think we can dive in and then maybe go into like 30-minute sprints later. So let's do 20 minutes starting at the 20-minute mark. Oh, Allie joined. Hello. Hi. Thanks for joining. We are just about to start our first sprint. 20 minutes, so reading to the 40-minute mark. Let's go. Let's do it, fam. And if you didn't let me know what you're reading already, let me know in the chat too. But let's have a fun reading sprint. I think I'm going to play music. Let me know if you guys like that. I'm going to play it now, not too loud, but just it's going to help me stay focused. Let's see. Let me know if you hear it or like it or dislike it. And that was our 20-minute sprint. How did everyone do? I think I read about like 15 pages. Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw me smiling real hard, but one of my characters got a love interest finally. I also loving how many queer characters are in this series. It's like amazing. Demom.com. Let's see. So let me know how you guys did in the chat. Take this banner down. Ooh, multitasking. I'm bad at this. Sorry. La, 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 la. Let's see. Got to chapter 4. Awesome. Nice, nice, nice. 15 pages. Amazing. Read 3 chapters. 17 pages. 10 pages. Nice. Just joined. I'll be writing a paper for class, though. Oh, the sad face gets me. I'm sorry, but you're being responsible. Good job. High praise. You're doing what needs to be done. 3 pages in. Good job. Managed to read 16 pages. Hello. You just joined. We're going to be doing more reading sprints. 14 pages. 9 pages in a creepy house with a creepy, controlling old lady. Atmosphere is set. Nice. Mexican Gothic, right? Let's see. 1%. I got distracted by pizza. I mean, that's a great distraction, though. I want that distraction. I just have carrots and hummus, which I mean is like a good, healthy choice. But like, pizza sounds good. Well, let's see. I figured out which book I want to read, then promptly got distracted by Twitter, as we all do, when I opened my phone to do my Duolingo. Oh, funny. Let's see. Just joined. I'm reading Hamlet. Oh, nice. Or not Hamlet. Hamnet. How do you that other one that's about the daughter? Yes, that sounds good. I've heard it's like getting popular or getting hyped. I've heard about it, but I don't know. Is it an enticing story? Let me know. I don't know. Sometimes with certain books, you hear hype, and I'm like, well, what's the book about? What's happening? Hello. Let's see. Hey, just joined. Hello. Just joined and started. Oh, nice. A lot of people just joined. How cool. We're going to be doing one more, or not one more. We're going to be doing a bunch more reading sprints. So let me know if you guys have any questions for me. I shall answer them, and then we'll get into another reading sprint. I'm thinking the next reading sprint we can go for like 30 minutes. And some people did say that the music was good. Let me know if you guys agree. I can always X-nay the music if it's too much. I know I'm also eating, so if you don't like the sound of that, you can always just mute me, maybe. Yeah, I got distracted by eating. You know, again, a good distraction. Gotta eat. I read another short story in The Seedlings. Nice. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And as I was saying, I was reading a part where one of our, not main characters, but one of the characters in this very large cast finally got a love interest, and he's queer, and I'm so happy for him. Not saying that it's gonna be easy, because like nothing in this series is easy, but I'm happy because then there's a chance. Again with that hope. Like there's always just like a little the door is ajar with just like a little bit of hope, which I love. Okay, let's see. Hamnet. It's about the wife and children of I like how you said William Shakespeare. So far it's atmospheric but slow. Okay, that's the vibe it gives off. I'm like, where's the plot? Like what's happening? Everyone just says it's good, but I'm like, what's going on? which makes sense, but I hope you're enjoying it, the atmosphere at least. Let's see, what's your goal for April? I actually think I've decided I'm gonna do another 30 books in 30 days challenge. So that's my goal, to read 30 books in April. I'm probably gonna post a TBR, not maybe this week or next week, but I'm definitely gonna do that because I have many books to read. So I started collecting a bunch of audiobooks and things. So hopefully I can get a lot of reading done. We will see. I'm hopeful and excited, but that is the goal. What was your music called, and can you find it on Spotify? I'm literally on YouTube. A lo-fi hip hop chill hop music mix. What a terrible name. On the channel for music for all time. Yeah. I'll try and let me link it below. What a terrible name. Let's see. I'll try and link it below right now. Multitasking. Bum, bum, bum. But it was nice, right? Like the music's good. Let me know if you guys hate it, because then I'll take it out for sure. I always feel bad because I feel like, yeah, there's always going to be a group of people who love music and then a group of people who don't. Let's see. Long books or short? For my April TBR, mostly short books. Like hopefully I'll get to The Pursuit of Truth finally. But we'll see. I do have like An Ember in the Ashes that I want to read. That's my next like big series, which I will probably be reading periodically through April. But yeah, I have to like go through and actually make the TBR. I have not decided definitively what books I'm going to read, but the audiobooks that I have available through Audible and Libro FM, they are all like large books. Like not easily like, oh, 3 hour here and there. It's like, what am I trying to do? Like War Girls, I want to finish that duology by Tochi Yamabochi. If you don't know, Afrofuturism, really cool, and there's sisters, brink of war, but both audiobooks are like 12, 15 hours, so it's like that's gonna take me a day or two to finish. I also want to finish the Daughters of Neri duology. That's gonna be on my TBR, but again, high fantasy, like thick audiobooks. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of the audiobooks I have are for thicker books. And then I have some classics like 1984 that I've wanted to read, Frankenstein, Priority of the Orange Tree. So a lot of them are big boys. So we'll see. Hopefully I just want to read 30 books, man. Although I think you'll like Pursuit of Truth. It's fast paced and short. I know. I feel like I'm gonna love it. I really do. But I just have to like sit down and read it. When it comes to physical reading, I'm just so terrible at it. I'm just like, why would I sit and read something when I could be immersed in an audiobook? It's just that's my jam. So I have to try to develop a better discipline when it comes to physical reading and not looking at it as a daunting task, but looking at it the same way I look at like reading an audiobook where I'm like enjoying my time. Let's see. I like the music. I always put those kinds of mixes on for myself too. Nice. Good to know. I struggle with sci-fi that's not mixed with fantasy. Oh, that makes sense. I feel like I don't know. I recently have really loved sci-fi, and I don't know, when it starts to get into like really like heavy space travel and like things, I'm like, this seems fantasy to me, but I can understand that. Like I need a little sprinkle of some fantasy on here. I also have a sci-fi on my TBR too. Again, so many big audiobooks that I have to finish. And I need to get like a job in April. I need to like actually pay bills. So, let's see. What kind of phone do you have thinking about upgrading? Oh, I think I have the iPhone 10. I believe that's the phone that I have. And I have a cute little sticker here from a indie shop that I got at like a bookshop. But yeah, just the iPhone 10. And the only reason I got this is because my iPhone 8 broke in college and I like didn't want to upgrade because I hate the idea of upgrading like every year or two. It's annoying to me personally. So, but then I broke my screen and no one was able to just fix the screen. They're like, "Oh, we don't have any iPhone 8 screens. So, if you want to have a working phone, you have to upgrade." So I was forced to update to the 10. And now I'm trying to avoid all updates at all costs. But I think the newest iPhone's like nice. My dad has it. He likes it a lot. Yeah. I also don't know Samsung phones at all or Android phones at all, but I watched some reviews. I've always been an iPhone lady, so I would always recommend it. But then I'm always like, after I get the iPhone, whatever iPhone number I get, I'm just sticking with it until it absolutely falls apart because I hate updating every so often. It's so annoying. I was still watching, but I just did my Duolingo. Nice. What language are you learning? I'm curious. Okay, good luck, especially with those thick books. Oh my gosh, I know, right? I have so many thick books on my TBR. I do also have a lot of contemporary on my TBR, so I'm hoping to kind of like read physically some contemporary books and then do the audiobooks for the big fantasy. But you guys know me. I've been in the fantasy mood, so we'll see what happens. But thank you. That TBR should be coming out soon. I'm very excited to do another 30 and 30 challenge. It makes me feel like such an accomplished reader to read so many books. And don't get me wrong, I will have many mangas on the ready for that last week. If I'm not close to my goal, I will have mangas to back me up. I've been doing more physical reading these past 2 months. It's hard, and I feel like I'm reading less. Exactly. I feel like what month was it? I think it was like December or like January of this year. I was physically reading a book, and I was really enjoying it, but I would only read about 30, 60 pages in a reading in like in a sitting, and then I would just move on to doing other things. And it took me a whole month to finish like one book. So I feel like yeah, it takes a longer time, but it's I think it's a good discipline skill to have for myself at least. And then just balance, okay, I'll read 30 pages of this physical book, but then I'm going to pick up like my fantasy and like sit and read this all day. I don't know. For some reason, like high fantasy with an audiobook, I can like sit here all day and I'm just like eating it up. Like 9 hours later, I'm like hungover from my book. See, I recommend Tide Song by Wendy. Oh, as a short book. It's fantasy graphic novel. Oh, fun. I have not heard that Tide Song. Thank you for the recommendation. I will see if it's available on like Kindle or something. Let's see. I wish I could do the 30 books in 30 days challenge, but I know I would fall behind, panic, and then give up. I see that's the only good thing about like consistently doing booktube is that it forces me to read a lot. Whereas if I was just not filming and documenting the process, I would also give up on like day 3, be like, this is too much. I agree. But yeah, but since the idea, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post a TBR. I'm gonna post maybe 4 weekly vlogs of me trying to read as much as possible. I'm going to post a wrap up. Now it's like there's commitment and there's people who are going to hold me accountable. And I think I ease a little pressure off myself in the sense that I will have mangas on the ready, like something that has like 10 volumes. So that way, maybe I'll read 20-ish books, which is still amazing, but then hit that 30 from like comics or mangas. Let's see, contemporary books are thick now too. Yeah, I would agree. I feel like there's some that I'm trying to read that are around 350 pages, but you also know, Vina, I love a long book. I don't have an issue with a long book. My issue is if I'm physically reading, I can't sit still. That's where I need the discipline. Because I love me a thick book with all the details. Tell me what they're eating. Tell me what they look like. All of it. See, have you read A Little Life? Funny enough, no, I own it and I was going to make a whole video on it. I got the audiobook for it, saved and everything. But have not read it yet. I really need to. There's a couple like that where I want to read just for myself, like A Little Life, the Night Circus. I'm trying to think of other popular books that I have where I just want to read them and see where I stand on if I like them or not. I know A Little Life, a lot of people have talked about like it's just too sad or something. So I'm like interested to see. I'm not a crier normally unless I'm like really invested in the characters. Like and I'm in the Ashes, I cry. Black Witch Chronicles, I cry. But it's not like a sob. It's more so like, I didn't want that character to die. Okay. Sad. I've got over 1,000-day Russian. Oh, wow. That's a really long strike, but I know basically as much as I did after a few weeks. Dang. I think that's the problem with Duolingo is like after a month or two, I'm like, okay, but this isn't challenging my brain anymore. I would, yeah, yeah. That's a great streak. Okay, I try to physically read fantasy though because I miss a lot otherwise. Yeah. Oh, yep. Fantasy has a lot going on. That makes sense. Contemporary is like you can kind of skim sometimes where it's like, okay, they're talking about how much they love each other and how they look good, yada yada. Whereas fantasy, you miss one sentence and you could literally be like, where are we? Who are we speaking to? What is happening? Did a war start in that last sentence? See, LMG, hi, hello. It's been a while. Hello. I'll be joining in with What's that? That's an acronym. Aquar. That's a fun acronym. Let's see. Or Mythos by Stephen King. Nice. We'll start our next sprint in 3 minutes. 3 minutes at the 0 minute mark, and we'll do a 30-minute sprint. Let's see. Ooh, it's Autism Awareness Month in April. So if you have any books with that representation in it, I might be a good for. Oh my god, my reading. Let me focus. Books with rep in them. It might be a good time for it. Thank you. I realized that, and then I was a little bummed because I put up the vote for the Brown Girl book club picks, and I forgot about that, even though I think I literally wrote that in the notes to try and research more representation from autistic authors, and I didn't do it. The Brown Girl Book Club pick for April is An Unkindness of Ghost, which definitely has different representation, but I have to see if I have any autistic rep. I'm very behind on rep because I'm trying to catch up on my backlist, and a lot of my backlist, especially fantasy, which is a genre I've been reading a lot, it's all like white lit. You know what I mean? Which isn't it's not a bad thing. It just means that I need to definitely work my way into getting more diverse. Gotta work hard. But then it's like, if I read those books, then I'm ignoring my backlist, and so I feel like this year I'm gonna be so bad at representation because I'm trying to hit that backlist. I'm a terrible person. And then all the new books that I'm reading are still from backlist stuff, whereas like a Demon Tide is a new release that I got, and it's a new release, but the rep isn't there. There's some queer rep, but like, let's see. Hi, Kelsey. It makes reading slightly slower, but if I'm feeling angsty, I'll knit while I'm reading. Oh, nice. That's so. How would you? I'm impressed. I'm thinking about how I could do that, and I'm like, how? Okay, we gotta get you to read Daughters of Jubilation. Yes, too. Doesn't have to be an audiobook. That one I don't think I'll have like need an audiobook for it because it seems really interesting. Whereas, I don't know, sometimes reading contemporary, again, where it's like, oh, they're talking about how much they like each other, yada yada yada. That is when I'll crave an audiobook to be like, okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's see. A Court of Rings and Ruin, aka the ACOTAR series. Thank you. I'm so bad with acronyms. I was like, that ACOWAR? What's happening? Seedlings, which is a book I'm reading now, is by an autistic author. Their name is Curtis Aki. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. But Seedlings, that's awesome. I definitely just need to go on like Goodreads and just scour some books and see if I can at least do something. I'm always behind on representation, man. Let's see, I just realized I didn't say the book I decided to read. I'm reading Uncommon Criminal by Ali Carter. Nice. Uncommon Criminals. Are these like not popular criminals but still bad people? You need a book stand. I do need a book stand. That would aid. Let's see. You have diverse backlists on your shelf, though. Diversity isn't just race and ethnicity and disability. It's also genre, storytelling, style, etc. too. True. I tend to think representation is like queer, just like not the average. Because I feel like, and it's not to be like mean or anything, but the average tends to be heteronormative and white. So I feel like representation for me tends to mean brown and black people and queer representation, and not just like lesbian and gay, but going deeper into it. Like in The Black Witch, I was so surprised. There's a character who I don't think she actually identifies as ace, but she had an ace quality to her in the beginning of the book, but then it immediately dissipated when she met the right person. And I was just like, damn it, we were so close to having some ace representation. But yes, I completely agree with them. Reading diverse does not mean that it has to be ethnicity and disability and stuff. But I feel like those are the core things. Like, as a person who is Black and Cuban, like diabetic, like queer, those are the things that I tend to look for as diverse. Whereas other books, which are diverse in genre and stuff, I tend to not see them as being diverse. But thank you for that. That's a good reminder. It's like, you're doing good. Don't worry, I'll see if I can think of any books with autism rep that you might have or be interested in. Thank you. I would love that. I'd love to at least, I need to dive into that. I just feel, I shouldn't feel bad. I should just, research it. But I think inherently I just feel bad. Oops. Do you ever watch Reading with Toby? She is a booktuber. I don't think so. I'm very bad with also YouTube names. So I'd have to see. Let's see. I think one of Talia Hibbert's books has rep, but it's a later one in the series. I haven't read them, but I've heard good things. Awesome. I'll check it out. Also, a romance. I think like the Kiss Quotient or one of those has autistic reps, which would be a fun, quick read. So that might be good. But yeah, let's do our next reading sprint. La 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 la. So let's do a 30-minute sprint. So reading until like the 32-minute mark. Words are hard. I'm doing my best here. Okay, reading to the 32-minute mark. So for me, reading till 3:30. Oh, 3:33. Gotta catch up. The minutes are flying by. To the 33-minute mark. Words are fun. Okay. Happy reading, everyone. I'll start up the music. Mm-mm-mm.
don't have to be the way you say it is. Well, gotta be that way with me. But I've only enough one thing. I've got a hunch I'm never gonna feel no other kind of. This is for you. And we're deep. Hold deeper. Deep. Just deeper. Yeah.
When all you can pizza is think about Postmates. For 50% off your first 5 orders, use code BESTOFLA.
And that's the end of our reading sprint. How did everyone do? I got 20 pages this time. And I'm also I'm eating. If that bothers anyone, I am deeply sorry, but I am super snackish. probably should have ate before the live stream. That would have been smart. So I'm sorry about that. But let me know, how'd your reading sprint go? If you just joined, what are you planning on reading? What's up? You know? Let's see. Oh, and I think, yeah, Ali made a great comment because before the reading sprint, we were talking about reading representation, and Vina commented saying representation isn't just ethnicity and race and disability, but it is also different genres and different forms of storytelling. And I was like, yes, but for me, for some reason, I always think reading diversely and reading different rep is like, I tend to categorize it as reading something of a different ethnicity and things like that. But then Ali made a great point. I can kind of see it like, if you wouldn't normally read something, then read it just because it's representation, it's probably not going to end well. Which I also agree, to seek out representation just for the heck of it and be like, I need to read something different. Probably not going to end up boding well. Which is a great point to make. Like, you should read what you want to read and then mix it up where you can, which is very, yeah, yes. Don't know if I've explained that well. I think you explained that perfectly. I think that makes sense. And then Bree joined. Hello, Bree. I'm also glad you guys enjoy the music. I'm enjoying it too, and hopefully, like, my my occasional chewing doesn't bother anybody. And for the people who like the playlist, I think I linked it down below. I also linked like a bunch of the copyright stuff, so ignore that. There should be an actual link to the playlist if you like it. Let's see. Oh, and then Brittany left for bed. Good night, good night. More people going to bed. Oh, Brie has a live show. Nice. Coming soon. Let's see. Marsha, hello. Hey, everybody. I literally came in at the 33-minute mark. Perfect timing. Let's see. Went from 462 to 502. Whoop, whoop. Great job. Amazing. Snacks are a must. Yes, they truly are. Especially like if I'm reading, I need something to do. Sometimes not just reading along. I'm like, okay, I need to eat as well. Okay. Ooh, finished the Seedlings. Still gathering my thoughts about it. It's hard to rate short story collections. I agree. When it's like not just one story and it's so many, depending on if a lot of them were mixed, like good stories versus not so good stories, they can be really hard to rate. I tend to just kind of avoid story collections now because I'm like, I don't always enjoy them, man. Let's see. I'm currently reading Bounce Back. Is that a romance? It sounds like a romance title. I have less than 100 pages left. Nice. And we'll do another 30-minute reading sprint in a few minutes after you guys ask me any questions that you have or anything. Let's see. Read another 3 chapters. Awesome job, Sami. We love that. 3% this time. Great. I wonder if the pizza is still distracting you or the food is still distracting you. Because I was like that. During the sprint, I was like, I need more snacks. So I went to the kitchen and got more hummus and like carrots and stuff. Let's see. Read 30 pages. That's awesome. That's so much. 21 pages. See, 12 pages. I'm only 41 pages in. And I would leave this house. Yeah. Spooky movies that have to deal with like a bad house, like the house like killing off people or just a bad vibe. I'm like, why didn't you leave? I think specifically in Mexican Gothic, she's like there to help her sister get out, possibly, if I'm not confusing a movie with the book. But it like, if your siblings like, I'm definitely gonna stay in this scary haunted house for no good reason, I'd be like, bye. I'm not dying. This house is giving me the creeps. Oh, like the stream. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to give this stream a thumbs up, it's free. Oh my god, that's like the most YouTuber-y thing I ever said in my life. Oh, hi, just joined. I'm listening to the audiobook for Notes from a Young Black Chef and detangling my hair. Nice. It's Sunday. How many people are gonna do their wash and go today? I probably should. do my hair routine. I used to in college be so on top of doing my wash and go routine every Sunday, so that way Monday I'd be like popping and ready to go. Have not since the pandemic started. I just have not been doing my weekly routine. I'll probably stretch it to like 10 days, you know? But I get that. Gotta detangle your hair at some point. Let's see, I agree with Allie too. I think sometimes diversity gets tokenized in the book community, like when people only want to read rep during Awareness or Heritage Month. Very true. And it's also like, yeah, if you're searching out for representation just because you want to promote that you're reading it, that gets a little weird, especially on BookTube. It gets a little weird to only read something because it's popularized or tokenized, as you just said. So it gets a little weird. But then it's also like, oh, but I want to seek out a lot of different representation. I guess the thing is like you should be kind of always branching out or always trying to branch out and not just branching out to be cool. Because I don't know, there's nothing cooler than being yourself and self-love, and being open-minded to other cultures. That's what we want. Let's see. Oh, you got 16 pages in? Awesome. Let's see, I'm 80% on the I can read this word, I swear. Providence. The Providence of Fire. Book 2 in a series. Nice. Planning to finish this today. I'm so glad to find this. Oh, I'm glad you found these reading sprints too. Hopefully it'll help you get this book done. I'm trying to get back into doing these reading sprints every week. I haven't figured out what time works best. Like 11 a.m. is a little too early. This live stream is actually supposed to start at 11 a.m. That's what I had it scheduled for. But then I realized like I literally woke up at like 10:30 and I was like, I need to eat breakfast. I need to get ready. I need to shower or else I'm not going to be able to stay on live long. So I'm figuring out what time is best to do these live streams. We'll figure it out. But hopefully every week, pop on by, get some reading in. I usually don't read I keep saying short story collections, but story collections either. Yeah, they're tough. They're I think unless like every story is written by an author that you really love, it's not worth it. Because even I think like there are certain ones that I enjoyed, like Black Enough had a lot of authors in it, and I think it was edited by Ibby Zaboy. Where again, I was so excited because I liked most of those authors, but short story forms, I feel like it's such an art form to do a short story well, or even a story well. Like if it's 10 or even 50 pages, to have a really good arc and like keep it engaging, but also answered like the questions that I'm having. It's hard. It's definitely a specific art form. Yes, a romance. Sorry, the bounce back. Oh, that's okay. And knowing me, I probably would have just read it wrong anyways, because that's how I roll. But that sounds really cute. I need to. I for a second was like, oh, I don't want to read any more romance, yada yada. I'm in the mood for fantasy. And then the Brown Girl Book Club pick was Sweet Hand last month, and oh, that book was so cute, very adorable. So now I'm like, okay, I need to read more romance. I think that's a genre that I would be able to physically read and have a lot of fun with. I think I have an arc on NetGalley for Fake It or Bake It Till You Make It, a romance with baking, and I'm like, yes. For some reason, baking and romance is my jam as of late. Let's see. No, I'm just a slow reader. I took some time to write out some of my thoughts on what was happening in the book. That's cool. Girl, don't even get me started. I totally understand. Or also, sorry if I say girl or dude. That's just how I refer to everyone. It's out of love. So if you ever hate it, let me know and I'll register it in the brain. But bro, like again, me with my gender names. Damn it. But you know what? Sometimes we could be below average, above average. It does not matter. I recently made a video about my my reading capabilities. I'm dyslexic, so I always classified myself as a slow reader, but I finally like did a video and like did a test to see if I was actually a slow reader. And heck yes, I am. I am so below average, and it's just at this point it's not a big deal. It's like I hope that came across in that video, but I'm telling you right now, like I don't want anyone to be apologetic for being a slow reader. I want you to read because you enjoy it and not have any negative connotation to it. Because being a slow reader does not mean you're a bad person, and being a fast reader does not mean you're a good person. You know what I mean? Like it's a fun skill set to have, I guess, but like everyone has different skill sets. So don't be apologetic for being a slow reader. Long story short, I digress. Let's see. I did my hair Thursday, so I just refreshed the curls today. Nice. Oh my god, you're so on top of it. I literally stopped refreshing my hair. I'm so bad. I just like let it get frizzy and dry. I like don't care. Oh, back in school, man, I used to care so much. Now I only do my hair if I have a self tape. Now I'm like, I don't care if my hair is frizzy. And I also don't think having frizzy hair is necessarily bad. Like I'm trying to embrace my frizz. I like tired of seeing commercials about like, oh, is your hair frizzy? And it's like literally a lady has like straight long hair. It's like, oh my god, her hair is so frizzy. Want to control your frizz? I'm like, what do you think of me? If that's like the level of frizz that's like unimaginable, like disgusting. Like I'm like, I'm gonna embrace my frizz and just be like, this is cute. This is just a different vibe. Who needs to find curls all the time? Not me. Again, I digress. Wow. Okay, finished doing my hair right before the reading sprint started. Nice. Yeah, Sunday's a great hair day. I think it's a lot more complicated and nuanced than it's often made out to be. Yes, I agree. When it comes to looping back to like reading books of like that are more diverse, I think we all have this idea that diversity means like black or queer or disability, but I think it just means dipping into things that you'd still enjoy because it's like your own personal taste and things like that, and still diving into things you maybe wouldn't necessarily read and having an open mind, but still also enjoying what you enjoy. Not like, oh, I can only read black women lit now from now on because I am so woke. It's like, I mean, you can do that if you really, really want to. But yeah, 100% super nuanced because it is a good thing to try and step out of your comfort zone. But only, it's hard because you can also never tell the intention of an individual. Even if they seem like they're being really, really honest, like you'll never really know, especially online. So it's like, that's why I don't really bother with trying to figure out why people do what they do. I just like don't subscribe to people who seem interesting. I'll leave it at that. Okay, food is a love language for sure. It really is. I will fall in love with anyone who feeds me. 100%. Good food only. You can't sit around here trying to microwave stuff. Mm-mm. And I'm over here microwaving stuff. Let's see. Also, seasonings was in dyslexia form, which is supposed to be more helpful. Interesting. I know Kindle has some options to change the font to help with dyslexia. I've never found it to help. What's always helped me is just making the font much larger. Let's see. I'd say I'm probably quite a fast reader, but I'm easily distracted, so it evens out. Life's all about the balance. I love when my curls get frizzy. That's great. Yeah, really learning to love your hair at all points and angles, man, because frizzy can be cute. Like you can't get volume without a little frizz. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I see girls tease their hair, not that I see any like black women teasing their hair, but when I see other women like tease their hair in college and stuff, you're literally creating frizz to create volume. So it's like, yes, frizz is a necessary part of life. See, I need to deep condition though. Ooh, that's a thing that I think I've actually gotten into a really good habit. Is the second I do my wash and go, I will have like an hour in a hair mask before even going into the wash and go. I don't know why. And that's also probably why I don't do my wash and go as often as I should, because I'm like, oh, but the hair mask and the detangling and the shampoo and conditioning. I love the hair talk. We love it. I'm going to start my sprint early with y'all because I do have to sleep soon. Oh, broken heart. That's okay. Ooh, internship starts early again tomorrow, sadly. Well, I hope you're having a very good time with your internship. I think actually right now it's a good time to start a new sprint. I'm down for a 40-minute sprint. Let me know in the chat if you guys are down for a 40-minute sprint. I know a lot of you guys might have to leave in the middle of the sprint, which I don't mind. I really appreciate the cute messages of y'all in the chat being like, I'm going to bed now. That is so sweet. But you definitely don't have to feel bad if you have to like bounce. That's totally normal. Like if it's literally 2 a.m. where you are, like get some sleep. Like I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, Allie's always the one who's up very, very, very late and just reading all throughout the night. If I'm right, I don't know. I might be wrong. Might be putting my foot in my mouth like I normally do. Okay. Ooh, people are up for the 40 minutes. Great. Okay. Let's go for it. Yeah, and then if you have to leave, that's totally okay. Hope your internship again is fun and you're enjoying it. And I understand some people got work early in the morning. Different type of curls here. But my hair is frizzy so often, I'm more surprised when it's not. Oh, you're like, it's a not frizzy day. I wonder if that also has to do with the weather too. That might also be a reason why some of your hair might be like more frizzier regularly. But it depends. See, I'm having the best time at the internship. Yay! Professionally editing videos is really nice, but it's just I have to cough. So busy right now. Well, I'm glad it's busy because that's also good because having a boring internship would not be fun. And I'm just happy that you're enjoying it. That's so amazing. Let's see. I'm heading out now because my book club is in 10 minutes. Have fun with your book club. Enjoy your time. Let's see. I'm up for anything. Yay. Okay, we'll do a 40-minute sprint. Probably going to be done with this audiobook by the end of the stream. Yes. Thank goodness because it's due in 4 days. That is how I live, constantly on the edge of running out of time on my Libby books. My sleep cycle is so weird, but I'm often up late. Yeah, whatever I'm reading or not. That's so funny. Okay, let's do a 40-minute sprint. So that means we're going to be reading to the 30-minute mark. So my time is 4:30 is when we wrap up. So let's see, 4:30. Ooh, I just thought about Bridgerton for no good reason, but like, well, maybe we'll talk about that after. Okay, nice 40-minute sprints. I'll get the music back on. Happy reading, everybody.
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover Epidemic Sound. Get the safest music subscription for content creators with over 35,000 tracks and
Farewell, sweet cookie cats. I'll always remember the time we spent together. Hush now.
This is for you.
Being outside, I feel connected to who I am. I can be whatever you sort of make of it.
That ends our reading sprint. How did everyone do? Let's see. Taking down the banner. I do believe that's going to be our last sprint for today. I need to eat some actual food and not just some snacks. And I read, I think, 40 pages in this last sprint. I was focused. I was not playing around. 40 pages, 200 pages into The Shadow Wand. Very much enjoying it. It's interesting how much, like I've heard people say a good book is when every character is like tackling the same problem. And it's interesting because every character then tackles the same problem in their own unique way. So I feel like this book has kind of done that in the sense where everyone's kind of tackling the same issues of feeling alone, feeling they don't belong, feeling like they're not seen, but then also like the impending war and doom and like total annihilation of like magical creatures and stuff. Let's see what we have here. Okay, 502 to 557. Nice. That is 79 through, baby. What a day. What a good way to end my night, honestly. Yay. Perfect way to end the night. You know, getting all that reading done. That was a lot of reading. 34 pages. Awesome. Read 10 pages. Read another 3 chapters. Nice. Read 89 pages in total today. Damn. Yay. Awesome. And then you're at 7%. Great. I read 34 pages in the last sprint, a total of 96 pages. That's amazing. I think I read a total of probably like 70 pages in today's sprints, which is still amazing, better than I would have done by myself. I did also do today's Duolingo. It's Monday now, so I thought I might as well get it in early. Good. I just started Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I'm about 20 pages in. Awesome. I love so many people are reading that series. I definitely want to hear everyone's thoughts on that if you've read it. Ooh, 36% overall. Great. Let's see. Ooh, I loved Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Nice. Let's see. Make Cajun pasta in the 40 minutes that we sprinted. That was great for me because now dinner is ready and I'm done for the day. Perfect. Perfect timing. I love that for you. Okay, let me know if you have any more questions that you would like me to answer before we end the live show for today. And I will be back next Sunday, I think around the same time, but we'll see. Definitely just like, I don't know, follow me on Twitter. I always announce when I'm doing reading sprints. It's hard to like figure out when to do them, you know. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions before I end the stream. Let's see, I still need to read the last one. I kind of want to vlog it, so I've been putting it off. I feel that there are so many books that I'm like, oh, but I need to like make a vlog about this, so I can't read it yet, and then I don't end up reading it because like I don't want to vlog every second that I read. I understand that feeling. See, I'm loving it so far. You definitely should try it out. Okay, good to know, good to know. Let's see, 15 out of 26 chapters. Nice. Oh my God, is that more than halfway? Yeah, that's more than halfway. Okay, we'll hop off right now, though, and get ready for bed. Thank you for the sprints. I always love being here. Thank you for being here. It means so much, and I'm glad you're enjoying them. Let's see. Are you reading the US or UK version of which book is it? The Good Girl's Guide to Murder? Probably. Like, I got something in my eye. Yeah, it's such a great time. Thank you for the sprints. You're welcome. I always love doing these. It's like chatting with you guys. It's like, you know, videos, I always try and like make them all nice and edit and spend a lot of time doing all of that. But it's nice to just turn on the camera and be like, hello, friends. How are you? And just getting to chat about all the really random stuff. We had chats about hair. We had chats about representation, about mangas, about fantasy books, all of that. So it's been a good time. Let me know if you guys would be interested, maybe in the chat of the live stream, or not chat, in the comments of the live stream after I end this, if you'd want to join maybe a Poppy War read along, or if there's any other read along that you'd want. I think that might be a fun way to add to the reading sprints. But I will be back next Sunday with more reading sprints. Make sure to subscribe and stuff. If you like the reading sprints, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I don't know, all that YouTube stuff, do it. I have a Patreon if you're interested, all of that. Check it out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night, get some good rest, and I'll hopefully see you next Sunday. Bye.